After watching this video, the student will be able to correctly create a Punnett square and use the laws of probability to predict genotypic and phenotypic ratios. Tongue curling in humans is a dominant genetic trait. Suppose David, who is heterozygous dominant for tongue curling, marries Andrea, who is also heterozygous dominant for this trait. What are the possible genotypes and phenotypes of their children and the percent chance for each?
First, you must read the problem and determine if the genotype is heterozygous or homozygous, dominant or recessive. In our case, the father is heterozygous dominant for rolling his tongue, and the mother is also heterozygous dominant for rolling her tongue, which means the father's genotype is big T little t, and the mother's genotype is also big T little t.
Next, you take the father and mother's genotype and place them on the outside of the square, like this. You combine the father's dominant allele and the mother's dominant allele to fill in the first box. You combine the father's dominant allele and the mother's recessive allele to fill in the second box. To complete the next column of boxes, you combine the mother's dominant allele with the father's recessive allele, and the mother's recessive allele with the father's recessive allele.
After you've completed the Punnett square, you can use the data to determine the probability that the trait being passed along to their offspring. Remember to always view your Punnett square as a hypothesis, but that all 4 boxes equal 100%. So, each box is equal to 25%. So according to our Punnett square, if David and Andrea had 4 children, 25% would be homozygous dominant, 50% would be heterozygous dominant, and 25% would be homozygous recessive. So, 75% of their children would be able to roll their tongues, and only 25% would not be able to.
One last important thing to note is the difference between a genotype and a phenotype. The genotype is the actual written expression of the allele, like big T, big T, little t, or little t, little t. The phenotype is the actual expression of the alleles, like the ability to roll one's tongue, or not.